Good morning students, welcome to the science class. In the previous video we have studied about deforestation, its causes and effects. Deforestation is cutting down forest on a large scale. This occurs mostly due to human activities. Destruction of forest is taking place because we human beings, our population is increasing by leaps and bounds. It is increasing very fast, and due to this we need more land for agriculture, we need more land for making railways, bridges, dams, houses, we need wood for making furniture and so many different things. So because of this the forests are shrinking, the area of the forest is becoming very less. Now in this video we are going to see how we can conserve the forest, how we can conserve the plants and animals. So first let us see how we can conserve the forest. The first thing, we can carry on afforestation. Afforestation means planting new trees in new areas, where the areas which are barren, where no trees are found, in those areas we can plant trees. So we have more forest cover. Reforestation can also occur, where we have already cut down the forest. In those forests we can, in that place we can plant new trees. Second is preventing illegal logging. Logging means cutting off the forest. Illegal logging means that without the permission of the government, the people are cutting the forest. So prevention of illegal logging is very, very important. The government has made strict laws to prevent illegal logging and hunting of animals. Prevent overgrazing. Overgrazing is also one of the reasons by which the forests are being destroyed. So the grazing area should be limited. The animals should be grazed in a place where in a certain place only, and overgrazing should not be allowed, because when the animals are eating the plants, they are pulling the plants with the roots, and so the plants cannot grow. Laws for protecting forest. Strict laws should be implemented. Forest laws are there, but they should be implemented very strictly, so that no cutting of trees or hunting of animals or destruction of the forest takes place. Creating awareness among the people is also very, very important. If the people are aware that the forests are so important for us, so they will naturally try to protect the forest. Recycling paper. Lot of forests are being cut for making paper. So wastage of paper should be prevented. We should use both the sides of the paper for writing instead of, and no wastage of paper should be there, just tearing and throwing away. This is not done. Okay, so and recycling of paper. Paper can be recycled. It can be means the old papers can be recycled to make new ones, or even at least for making cardboards and all these can be used. So recycling paper also can conserve the forest. Then government has also made some of the wildlife sanctuaries, botanical gardens. These are some of the places where forests are preserved, conserved. They are taken care of. Animals and plants over there are taken care of. So let us see what is conservation. Practice of managing and preserving plant and animal species to prevent them from getting extinct. So preserving the plant and animal species so that their number can increase. The plant and animal species whose numbers are decreasing, the ones which are endangered, should be preserved. They should be looked after. Their breeding should be encouraged so that their number increases. That is conservation. And for this purpose the governments all over the world, they are trying their best by setting up forest reserves, wildlife sanctuaries and national parks, zoological parks and botanical gardens. Now let us try to understand what are these forest reserves. Now, actually these are forests only, natural forests where animals and plant species are found, but they are protected ones. These are large areas of forest, bigger than national parks and wildlife sanctuaries, and these are protected from human activities. Humans are not allowed to cut the trees over there or hunt the animals over there. So these are forest reserves where plant and animal species are protected. Wildlife sanctuaries and national parks are areas of forest which are protected for preserving a particular plant or animal species. Like for example, nearby us only we are having the wildlife sanctuary of Mount Abu, which protects the bear. Right? The bear are protected there, and when you go to Mount, on the way you see there are some posters for creating awareness among the people. Then like for endangered animals like tigers, we have the Sariska. Then Bandhavgarh, Corbett National Park is there. Periyar National Park is there for Periyar Wildlife Sanctuary is there for protection of the Asiatic elephant. Then Gir Wildlife Sanctuary protects the Asiatic lion. Kaziranga National Park is famous for the one-horned rhinoceros, the Indian rhinoceros, which is found only here in India in the Kaziranga National Park. Then we have zoological parks. Zoological parks are much smaller than the wildlife sanctuaries and national parks. You can call them like zoo also, zoological parks or even zoos. In the zoo, animals are kept in the cages where they are given food, water and all their facilities, but they have to live in the cages. So all different types of animals are kept in different zoos. You must have visited many of these kind of zoos. And zoological parks, they are not actually cages, they are enclosures. Like suppose this is a part of the forest, it is enclosed. Means there is a boundary, and within that boundary the animals have to live. And they can live on their own in their natural way. They can find their food, they can do whatever they want in that enclosure. And people are allowed to go and visit that enclosure. They can go in their vehicles. There are roads inside the enclosure. They can go. People can go in their vehicles and watch these animals performing their in their natural habitat. They can see these animals. While in the zoo, you know, animals are in the cages. We are freely moving, and we don't need to have a vehicle over there. Now these zoos and national zoological parks, they serve as breeding centers. Now what are breeding centers? Means here for the rare animals, these animals are allowed to reproduce and give birth to young ones, and these young ones are taken care of in these breeding centers so that the number of these rare animals can increase. Next, and the last one, that is botanical garden. Botanical garden are meant for plants. You can call them zoos of the plants. Zoos of the plant world. So here preservation of rare plant species is done. So many plant species you will find in the botanical garden, and in that botanical garden you will also find a seed bank where seeds are preserved and kept for further planting. We can also obtain the seeds from there. Rare plants can be grown with the help of these seeds. So in the botanical gardens, preservation of the plant species is done. Okay, so children, I hope with this video you must have understood, or this video will help you to understand at least the importance of the forest, importance of the wildlife, and why we need to conserve the wildlife, why the government is paying so much attention on preserving these wildlife and the plant life, and what are the different organizations or the forest reserves, wildlife sanctuaries, national parks and all, how they are working, how they are taking care of So children, till the next video, have a nice day. Take care of yourself.